Get your pencils, grab your paints, collect anything you consider art supplies. It's time for Art Smackdown, the game show that makes art the cutthroat competition God intended. This week's contestants are Best Artist in the World, Casey Gibbs. You know him as Schwartz and Merck. Last week's audience champion, Matt Coburn, otherwise known as Juice Fan. And this week's contender, Corey Luco. With celebrity guest judges and guest hosts, super crazy fun time shows, Artie, Brennan, and Anthony Giordano. With me, Mark Stetson, and my co-host, Micah Sherman. Dig it.
And we're live, and welcome, everybody to Art Smackdown. Thank you so much for being here. Artie, Anthony, what's happening, friends?
Thank you for having us. This is awesome. You're looking fantastic.
Great. All right. Yeah. So on Thursday, I was told to dress like Danny DeVito, and I was like, well, not my type. I would never be cast as Danny DeVito. So I was like, he always wears a Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned, and then I found this awesome Danny DeVito filter.
I gotta say, I think you'd be cast as it. This is a very sexy look for you, Micah.
It feels good. It feels right. I gotta let him air out a little bit here.
It looks like if Leatherface got a hold of Danny DeVito and made a Danny DeVito mask.
I mean, it's either all right. So the mouth is really awful.
Whose teeth are those?
Leatherface's. It's either this or this. And I feel like, I mean, it's like, look at that. Like, it sort of looks like Danny DeVito, but it looks like, like there's a black-eyed child that took a nap in a field. Just got completely sunburned.
I still stand by. I think you look like Stephen Colbert doing a Danny DeVito impression.
Yeah. Yeah. You almost look like a Disney cartoon, like bunny rabbit that is betwixt by something.
Right.
Oh yeah, or like the bad
with
guy,
a fedora.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he takes the glasses off?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. This is all right. So, this is my Danny DeVito outfit, and of course I'm in Patty's Pub in Philadelphia. But yes, thank you all for being here. I couldn't shave my head because I'm up for another role. I couldn't just go full Danny DeVito tonight, so I'm sorry, Squeakwatch. But we have two wonderful guests on right now. Am I wrong? Somebody told me that you guys are having the first off-Broadway show that's coming back in New York. Is that right?
You are correct.
The facts.
That's awesome. Where is it?
I'm good at research.
Where is it? What is it? Tell us all about it.
We Friday and Saturday we have two more shows at the Players Theater on McDougal in the Village, New York City. McDougs.
The old McDougs,
as it's known locally. Yeah, we opened up. What was that? 2 weeks ago, the night that anything live was allowed to be opened in New York City after a year and a month. We opened up that night and it was awesome. It was like the crowd was crazy. It was like, never mind us wanting to be on stage, like the crowd that showed up, they were there because they wanted to do something.
That's awesome.
So this is so people want to know, is it a musical? Is it Hamilton 2? What happens at your show?
I see that somebody asked that is it Hamilton 2. It is the prelude to Hamilton 2. The first hour is just kind of the lead up to what happens to Hamilton and the crew next. And then we take you on a journey from there.
A lot of singing, 3 hours of singing.
3
A lot of
hours of
dancing.
singing.
Somehow there's a game show intermixed. It's wild.
Were you guys able to sell out, or like it's less than 99 seats, right? So how many seats could you fit people in?
I think it's how many seats is it? 199?
The Duke?
It's like a 200 seat house. There's a 33% capacity they allowed us. So yeah, we sold out the first night, if you will.
Nice.
Um,
That's great. I started watching Knicks games. Well, I've been watching Knicks games, but slowly I started watching Knicks games, once they started winning basketball games. And like slowly you can see people just kind of like creeping back into Madison Square Garden. Like, I got $300. I was trying to get out of the apartment. This is great. This is, I have this whole room to myself.
That's what we had. The second show was much more of a all right, we're here to see live theater. The first show was like, we want to get out and get drunk, and we heard this is a game show and we're going nuts. And the people who run the theater were like, you're supposed to be sitting in your seats, and everyone kept their masks on, but it was like hard to control them, which was awesome for us because that's kind of the type of show that is.
Was that the show they had? Was that with Tim and Camille?
Tim's doing Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, he joins us this weekend. And Camille's been with us from the start of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love those two. Those two are so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. And our boy Gio, that was there the first weekend, he is hilarious as well. We've been blessed with a good crew.
Do you have a link or anything that you can share about the show and throw it in the chat for our friends who are in New York or who will be visiting New York? I'm actually coming.
I'll drop it in. I got it.
I'll be in New York in late May. Are you doing shows in late May?
Hopefully.
Yeah, we hope so.
We're after Friday and Saturday,
find out
then
in the
back
coming
to it.
weeks. Yeah.
Are you going to be able to go full capacity at some, or there's no? Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's a who knows situation. Broadway doesn't return until September, so we're hoping by then the numbers increase somewhat.
They're allowing this weekend. They're allowing booze in theaters. We were told.
Oh wow!
Which is
a big win for our crew.
Yeah. Because we actually had like the grand prize for like our final game is Original Sin Cider is our sponsor, and they give us to give out to people. So there was a lot of things we had to like change where we have games that people play. We have like video games that the audience plays where we had to make everything like, okay, you have to stand here in this spot by yourself and, beforehand be like, would you like to play a game? And the drinking, it's kind of one of those things where you want people to have some drinks in it and just like let loose. It's that type of show. Didn't matter. People came because they wanted to go out drinking before. But, it's always nice to have the audience having fun, and we let them, you want to get up and get drinks. So now apparently this weekend they're going to allow that again, which is good. I feel like that's like a step towards more like letting more people into the theater.
Sure.
Franken Babe wants to know if you allow half vaccinated audience members. Is that
100% quarter vax, eighth vaxxed? Come as you are. Again, we get to drink this weekend inside, so let's celebrate that even.
We might actually make the grand prize a shot of Johnson & Johnson, and we'll shoot you up on stage.
Yeah, well, you get to follow it up with a blood clot or not. It's up to you. Yeah, Kara sketches knows blood clotted, not included, but
somebody said if booze isn't allowed, does the whiskey bottle get a roll? Actually, Scotchy, our man Scotchy, is in the show. We
have a bottle of scotch who's a dominant character in our show.
Yeah, we talked to him for a little bit, see how he's been. Can you smoke weed in the theaters?
Legally you can right outside of it.
Yeah. They got new
air
filters.
Also highly encourage that. Yeah, go for it.
It's legal now, huh? You can just smoke it willy-nilly wherever you like.
Yep,
willy-nilly.
Willy and also Nilly?
And Nilly.
Yeah.
Both.
They'll be there.
That's great. Because in New Jersey, you passed it was just Nilly.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's the point of just smoking weed Nilly?
No, man.
No,
it's
really
a single,
too.
man. Blame it on the drizzle.
Blaming on the drizzle.
Oh my goodness, you guys! And tomorrow is 420.
It is
My
420.
goodness! Wow,
It's
look
super
at
appropriate.
this world. Well, let's celebrate with a 1 minute self-expression challenge here. Let's get the show started. For those of you that are new, this is Art Smackdown. It's a game show like Nailed It, but with art. We're going to give the contestants an art challenge, and then we'll decide who the best artist in the world is. And also, you from home have an opportunity to play. Just grab any art supplies that you have laying around and take the challenges along with the contestants tonight. And then you can email your art to the email address right down here, fartsmackdown@gmail.com. And that's fartsmackdown with an F, because Art Smackdown was already taken. And if you haven't done it yet, just give us a follow here on Twitch. That way you'll be notified anytime we go live, and it'll keep you artsy fartsy. All right, Mark, do you have the challenge in front of you there?
Sure do.
Sure
Yes.
do. All right.
Yeah.
Will you give that?
Yes,
Mark.
Oh yes, I can. So this is the self-expression challenge. It is the vehicle you will roll up into the Oscars in the year 2050.
So Anthony, what kind of vehicle are you driving to the are you being driven to the Oscars?
I'd like to think I would drive myself. I would like to think I would be in the 2050 Vespa. I'd roll up in a fancy moped of sorts.
So, Mark, I think the music is a little loud.
Yeah, I just lowered it.
All right. Sorry, what were you saying?
I also would blare the music really loud so you couldn't even hear me pull up. I would kind of slide in there. I'm saying the 2050 equivalent of whatever the Vespa is by then.
Word, a Vespa? Yeah, so that's going to be an electric Vespa, an Alespa.
Yeah. Hopefully it's off the ground by then, but in the meantime, something tight and short I could park anywhere.
Are you talking about the scooter, or are you talking about production of the scooter?
Well, now that you say that, maybe both, but I was talking about just the scooter itself.
Yeah. So the production, you don't care if it's off the ground. You want to make sure that you'll get a prototype.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. At least the prototype.
Yeah. And Artie, we have 5 seconds for you.
I'm gonna go with one of those little hats.
And time is up.
With the spinny thing.
Is it a propeller hat?
Yes. I don't like traffic, so I can fly over the traffic.
That's great. That's terrific. We're
gonna pull up next to each other in these.
Yeah.
Super cool. All right. Well, let's super also duper, both of them. So let's meet our contestants today. Let's start with last week's best artist in the world, Casey Gibbs. Casey, looks like he's still working. Are you cheating?
No, I was emailing it to you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Like a mensch.
And Matt and Corey, if you guys also want to take a picture and email to Mark, he should be able to throw it up. Anthony and Artie, are you able to see the stream right now?
Yes.
Nice. So Casey has shown us. We'll put that up there in just a little bit here. But Casey, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Just had the day off, was just chilling about all day, and played some Outriders because that game is really addictive, and I'm sure anybody in chats who's got it has had the same problem.
Now, you know me, I don't play a lot of traditional video games, but I did play probably 6 to 7 hours of online backgammon yesterday because I was wearing this hat. It's like, oh, I got to do something while I wear this hat. So I was like, backgammon it is. I also smoked Golden Milds the whole time. So my dad used to smoke Golden Milds. Woofy doof doof. So Casey, how's the pharmacy?
The pharmacy is great. Not really. We have a lot of crazy things happening right now. As you know, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine got halted for a short bit. It hasn't been taken back, so don't fret. It'll probably get back out there.
So you guys are a vaccination site.
Yes.
Good times, man. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, do what I can. Just try and be useful, I guess.
Are you doing the jabs yourself?
Yeah, I'm
Look
trained.
at you. All right. That's great, man.
Jabbing?
Super. Hey, let me ask you something. I've do you get people asking you about prescriptions?
I get people asking me all sorts of stuff.
Man, see, I saw a dermatologist recently, and she gave me some foot
Don't show
cream.
anything to me.
No, I'm not going to show you. I've got a rotten foot, and this dermatologist gave me some foot cream, and I was like, it's $30 with my insurance. I'm like, fuck all that noise. I'm not trying to. I've had a rotten foot for about 3 years. You know, I can last another year. I'm unemployed. You know what I mean? I can't afford $30 foot cream. Kiss my ass, dermatologist. What do you say to that?
I mean, I guess you can still have a rotten foot. That's cool.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's out there that actually happens to be the stuff that we got back there, and it's cheaper out there.
Yeah.
So just ask your pharmacist, hey, what's the comparable version of this, and that I can get over the counter. And about 2 out of 8 times, I'm going to give you that math. 2 out of 8 times, you're gonna get something that's comparable.
I'm going to say that's about 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 12. What do you think?
No,
not the same.
Not right to me at all. No, I do math as my job. That's no.
Right.
Never been
So walk Anthony and Artie here through the art that you've created here. This car that you're.
Oh, did it get dropped in?
It is now dropped in. Yes.
Awesome. Well,
yeah, it's beautiful.
I decided to give a speeder bike from a little known series. And I drew a little Ewok for scale there, so you understand that's what I'm going to be flying in on. I mean, it's the future, right? So we got to have those by then.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you can shoot anybody that's in the way with your lasers.
Exactly. Or I can throw my Ewok at them.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
It's the cutest weapon on the planet.
It's adorable, but it's a hint of phallic if I don't say so myself, which I do like. The Ewoks weren't represented anatomically speaking correctly in the films. I dig this.
That's something you don't see enough of these days. I mean, like you do see those like futuristic like post-apocalyptic dog robots that they like send in with the DEA and shit, and you're like, what has the future become?
Oh yeah.
Why shouldn't you be able to ride something like that with legs to the Oscars?
Truly.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
This is beautiful work as always, Casey. What's your strategy for this evening?
Do art.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck in your art doing, and we'll see you in just a little bit.
Indeed.
That's good.
All right, let's go to Matt Colburn. This is Juice Fan 1998 in the chat. He has created some radical art for us. Talk to us a little bit about this before we put it up in the stream here, Matt. Oh, you're muted, bud. Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
Why are you yeah-ing me?
Yeah, no, I got
Yeah, dude. Okay, so picking up where I left off.
Yeah, and so that's why I did it. So I was saying a minute is pretty short, and so I started with the wheel, which I felt like was the right place to go. I felt like it's the future, so make it a big wheel, but then I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But then I started drawing a car because I was like, you got 40 seconds left, you just got to go. I threw Monster Energy on there as like I don't know if the future sucks, it's probably going to be corporate. Put a company name in there. There's some smokestacks because I don't know, we probably won't go electric or do anything good. So like just stick those on. And then the front is like had to look different, so it's got 2 wheels. But I mean, there's no real reason or logic to why a car would look this way in the future or any statement it's making. But it's a car.
I like this a lot because the rest of us all went with like minimalistic, it's gonna be powered by the sun, and you were like, no, it's Mad Max. We all know how the future is gonna happen.
Right.
You're gonna be in a monster truck.
A little more cynical.
I like this. I want
to
ride.
Is there I know it's a little gauche, but there's all kinds of advertising in MMA and boxing and the NBA. Why isn't there on the red carpet? Why don't people have like face tattoos? Like if you won an Oscar with a face tattoo of New Balance on your forehead, New Balance would be in business for years after that.
Well,
and now they're not going to be. They're closing down.
I'd like to think that in 2050, this is actually Monster's like reclaim back into the industry. I'd like to think that maybe they had a falling out and didn't do so well, and boom, they're here at the Oscars right now. They're rebranding.
Yeah, maybe
this is how they're doing it.
Car. Maybe this is come out of a monster car factory.
Yeah, this is real for me. I see this happening.
Because Brad Pitt shows up with a Red Bull tattoo on his forehead, and then Monster's like, we're going to send this truck in.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to really show it. And they just drive down the red carpet with
this.
I feel like Monster Energy drinks like saw what Elon Musk was doing, and they're like, now that's disrupting the industry. And how can we get Dr. Seuss uncanceled? Let's have him design this tractor, this tractor truck.
Yeah, tractor in the back, something in the front.
Yeah, tractor in the back, something in the front is what I've always said about my hairstyle. All right, man, this is good stuff. Strategies for you tonight?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna follow Casey on that and just draw a picture, and we'll see if it's that or not.
Good call. Good call. Move. Definitely do some art as well. Yeah. Great. We'll see you in a little bit, Matt. And now let's go to our upstart contender tonight. The guest competitor, the invite only, Corey Luco. Corey, welcome to Art Smackdown.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. We were talking a little bit before the show. You stage managed a virtual play, is that right?
It wasn't a play. It was but it was like a virtual 2-hour, basically like pitch event, and it was probably I clumped up, and by clumped up I mean I took a Klonopin beforehand. It was like one of the most stressful 2.5 hours of my life.
Yeah, these kinds of like everything, all the event. My fiance is an event planner, and all of her events went virtual, and it's crazy how much is in your hands now and not in the hands of like Teamsters.
Yeah, it's really incredible, and you sort of find that it can be hard to convey urgency over chat without making people really upset with you. But basically all the stuff that you'd be doing on radio, and I love radio, it makes me feel like the coolest person in the world. I'm now just fiercely typing in a chat box. It's not as sexy,
right? And people can't tell that you've typed something really fast. Like so much is lost, and if you use caps lock, people are like, this person is yelling a lot. I really don't like their attitude.
Yeah. What people usually seem to do is they'll just send things in very just rapid fire. So they'll be like, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted. And then I think that's how they try to convey urgency. It doesn't always work out.
Yeah. Wow. This is limited.
But what are you gonna do? It was fun.
You're gonna draw the car that you are taking to the Oscars in the year 2050 on a very fun virtual program.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, so I sent it over. So.
And it's I just put it up.
Amazing. So I also went a touch cynical. Think we might be on some boats rolling up to the Oscars.
I hear that.
But also for me, this isn't super cynical because I think I belong in the ocean. And this is how I would like to roll up to the Oscars.
Yeah.
I dig this. Yeah.
We're
going to the Mad Max, we're going Waterworld on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the genetically enhanced goldfish as well.
Yes.
It was gonna be a dolphin, but it just wasn't. It didn't want to be a dolphin. So.
Now, are the Oscars an island of their own that you're floating up to?
Yeah, the Oscars is basically like, I don't know if you ever saw those like sad like water trampolines. Like it's a massive with like a stage on it.
Tell me more about a sad water trampoline.
Well, I don't know. I guess the concept comes from a fun vacation with your friend and their family in elementary school where their dad buys a massive water trampoline, which is really lovely, but doesn't really like bounce. So
I don't think I'm familiar with a water. What happens on how does a water trampoline work?
It doesn't really. It's just like this massive float and they put like a black top on it and they're like, it bounces. It really doesn't.
Oh,
but
weird.
It's a really good place for 13-year-olds to tan.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah. Well, I love all these takes, three different takes. And we're hoping that we get this for our masterpiece challenge here. Corey, got any strategies for this evening?
Yeah, I was actually talking earlier. I'm a huge proponent of bad crafts, and bad crafts is all about putting your heart into some bad, just like some not great stuff, and it's all about the feeling. So I think I'm going to be leading with that tonight.
Nice. Corey and I met in a class where that we took with someone who hosts the. Oh, she might be our artist next week. Her name is Eliza Capitan. And she hosts Craft Hangout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like this amazing, very popular podcast about crafting.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a very perfect intersection because all of my craft friends are huge podcast people. Mm-hmm. So it just all makes sense.
Yeah. I'm a guest on the podcast, and she asks us all about Art Smackdown.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bad Crafts it is. Excited that you're here. Excited that everyone in the chat is here. Thank you all for being here. Mark, will you deliver our 20-minute masterpiece challenge?
I would love to. Our 20-minute masterpiece challenge is, art supplies ready, is behind my picture. No, it's not. Where is it? There it is. It is your live performance nightmarescape.
Right. So we want you to depict the nightmare that is your performing live. So Artie and Anthony were telling me before the show started that they had a little bit of their own hellscape of a live performance recently. What happened there?
Well, we agreed to do the show the second a producer came to us and said, this theater wants to be the first off-Broadway theater to open up, and we know you guys have a show that you would change every month. Do you think you could do it? And we said, yeah, we want to be the first. Let's go. We want to be back on stage anyway. We'd love to do it. When we got to the theater with like less than a week, a few days to go, we found out that they didn't have 3 days. Is that what it was? We didn't have a video projector, and there was a thing with the sound, and our entire show is a fake game show on television where we have commercials and games people play. It's like all video.
It's 90% visual.
Yeah. So we had a serious panic. Like, do we have to change in 3 days the entire show? We wound up getting a projector from a friend, and it all worked out, which was fantastic. But we were literally about to tell Camille and Gio, like, this is going to be very different. You might be improvising for about 45 minutes more, but it worked out.
Now, I used to perform a lot of stand-up, and I feel like routinely I would travel like an hour or two to some bar that's having a comedy night, and they would put me underneath a television that was showing sports, and the sound was on. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. And they're like, oh no, you're fine. Just, do your act and
do your bits.
Yeah, and I'm like, why did you even bring me out here? And they're like, we didn't. It was that guy. It was some booker who like has a bad relationship with he's trying to get some. Anyway, those are my my hellscapes. Mark, do you have like a live performance or public speaking like hell situation that you can? Well, I know a lot of people like just public speaking is like.
Well, hellish. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is when I was 13 years old and I had to sing in a cabaret in front of my family and friends and all the other kids' families and friends. I just sang "Thank Heaven for Little Girls" as my pants were falling down.
Oh wait, why were your pants falling down?
So it was a musical theater review, and it was like a community theater musical theater review. So it was all these kids who like either really want to do musical theater or their parents are like, we need to get our overactive kids out of the house for a few hours on a Saturday. So it was the final performance, and I had just sang Will Rogers' "Never Met a Man I Didn't Like," and then I had to do a quick change. So I was putting on my pants to be Maurice Chevalier and sing in French, "Thank Heaven for Little Girls," and the button popped off as I was fastening it. So there was no way to keep my pants up. So I'm like sliding on the stage singing "Thank Heaven for Little Girls" with a cane as my pants are just slowly dropping down.
Oh my god!
And in the finale, I'm sweating buckets. And in the finale, I had to catch this girl who I had a crush on in my arms, as in like the big finale. Thank Heaven for Little Girls. Bink, and I caught her, and my pants dropped to my knees, and I'm like shuffled.
Oh, Mark, I'm so. How old were you?
13, maybe 14.
13. Oh no. Oh man, that's too old for that.
Yeah. I sweat through my corduroy French pants.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did theater, I was 7, and it was like through my public school, and we didn't. First of all, there was no backstage area. It was like the stage with the steps coming up to it, and that went down to the basketball floor, and they put chairs in there. And so like when we weren't in a scene, we had to like sit on those stairs and look out towards the audience. And we were doing Peter Pan, and I was just an unnamed pirate, but they put like bright red lipstick on me and rouge for some reason, and then put my hair up in a very feminine bandana, and I was like just sitting there on stage looking out at the kids from my neighborhood who were like, ah. And I didn't go back to the theater until I was 14.
Did your mom ever demand to do your stage makeup before a show?
My mom never demanded to do anything.
My mom demanded to do my stage makeup when I was playing the wizard in Once Upon a Mattress, and at the JCC, and I walked in, and my director takes one look at me, and she goes, "You look like a goddamn drag queen. Get over here," and like tried to like fix it, but yeah, that was like 14, 15.
Mark, I'm going to send you a picture of me dressed up as this rouged pirate.
Love it. I'm going to put it up.
Artie, Anthony, you got any more nightmare horrorscapes for us?
I actually, one of the first shows I did, it was this Times Square something or other theater on, one of these, like you go up a couple elevator floors, and it was a bunch of short plays, and they were like, okay, the end of this, there's only 3 of us in it. It's 2 mermaids, and I'm stranded on this island. My character. They're green. They look like aliens. The makeup was interesting. Awesome people. It was great. They're like, yeah, so it's gonna end with this, with your character sings, and I was like, no, I don't sing. And okay, so we'll change it, and it blacks out after you just go like, and it blacks out. And then on the opening night of it, there was a technical issue, so I had to hold a note for like 30 seconds, and it was like I like hit this. I was like, oh, like joking. And then the lights just stayed on, and I sat there for like 30 to 45 seconds with this awful note that I had done as kind of a joke, knowing like it's gonna black out the second I open my mouth. So that was an absolute nightmare for me.
That sounds physically painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was terrible. Funny now, but I had to come out in another thing, a second play later, and I was like, all right, they're gonna want to see this guy.
You know, I think when I was 10, we were required to make a video in my school of something. And ours was like raising the flag. So, some aspect of it was raising the flag, and I was singing the national anthem, but I was singing in falsetto for some reason. It wasn't until I watched the playback with everybody watching it that I was like, oh shit, like I'm singing way too high. Why am I singing so high? It's so bizarre.
Micah, I've got you in Rouge on the stream.
Oh, nice. All right, let's see.
Oh my gosh, glorious.
Oh, yeah. That is wonderful.
Ah, boy. Those were not the days. I mean, right? Like, can you imagine? Now, this is the 80s. And, like, shit, boys who express themselves in this way today are celebrated. But we were not celebrated in the 80s. That was not, and also I was not expressing myself. This was not how I felt on the inside. Oh dear. Oh boy. All right. Well, we can probably take that down at some point.
Yeah, check it out. It's gone.
Oh god. All right.
We're about a minute away from the compromise.
Nice.
Ooh.
So let's Mark, you wanna throw a couple pieces of art up there?
Sure.
Yeah. Look at all this.
All right. Okay, so here we got some Kara sketches.
Ooh.
This one.
I like that.
A self-driving clown car.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that because she's standing on top of 30 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
30 clowns, no less. I love standing on top of 30 clowns.
You know what I love?
That was my minor in college.
I love compromises.
Oh, all right. It's time for a compromise.
It's time for a sweet compromise. All right. And America's game. Okay. And the wheel's spinning. What's it gonna land on? What are we gonna have to do?
What are we gonna have to do around here?
Well,
yes,
you gotta put it on a pizza.
Put it on a pizza.
Put it on a pizza.
Wow. So this whole nightmarescape is now on a pizza.
I feel like this is perfect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, we like pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just in that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just the way it's something we like. So
yeah, that's
very
it.
us.
And when you say us, you mean humans, right?
Yes, I'm referring to all of us.
This is perfect for all of us.
I'm very inclusive. Yeah.
We all love pizza.
Oh, I love this one.
So this one is from Lady on the Rock. The caption is, "I'm not getting out of the car."
I like it.
Because
like
she
it.
did.
You know, I was just watching
Oh,
John Oliver from last week, and it was all about nursing homes and shit. And boy, do I not want to go to a nursing home.
Nope, never.
Yeah.
And next up, yellow.
Oh, it's a very good shade.
It's a very good
That's
shade.
nice.
This is from Crowbot. There it is. All right. The caption is there one? A prized bicycle, the best transport in the wasteland. Oscar is a local warlord who demands tribute.
I love this, and I love that Oscar takes his tribute in a mailbox.
Yes.
You don't actually have to go in to his tent kingdom.
Yeah, this is some deep ass shit right here.
Yeah, this is the future.
This is
2050.
This is the future.
Yeah.
Bicycles are the same though. Hey, anybody else when your entire screen was completely yellow, did you discover how incredibly dirty your screen is? Anybody see a bunch of I was like, I know this is intended to be a clear wash of
I'm embarrassed.
How much have I been sneezing is what I'm trying to understand.
This one is beautiful. This one's from Chuberg.
Oh.
And the caption for this one is, "It's a bowl mobile. I'm showing up to the Oscars dressed as weed."
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Yes.
Great.
Well, this is very Cheech and Chong with the smoke blowing out of the back and getting all the paparazzi high and everybody who's standing there. I like it.
And I can really see this over pizza.
Yes. You order pizza after you're in the Bowlmobile without it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If you showed up to the Oscars in a giant bowl that was spewing off burning marijuana, right? And people got high, but they didn't want to get high, how many people do you think would sue you in 2050?
Way less than now, I would think.
You think way less? Do you think people are suing each other way less in 2050?
No, I think more people are getting down with weed in 2050 than there.
Oh,
I think so. I think that's true. Also, depending on the city, maybe not everyone will be there yet. But usually the cities where the red carpets are happening, I think, are okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just hard to know, you know.
This next one is from Frankenbabe.
Oh, this is glorious.
And my futuristic Oscar ride. I'm bad at time management. This is a flaming gothic cybertronic horse and carriage. Back half of the horse is optional. Here's what I originally read it as. Back off the horse is optional. Very different meaning. Very different meaning. One actually makes sense.
Back off. The horse is optional. You can drive the carriage by itself or have this electric horse. That's actually kind of cool.
It is
like,
awesome. Is it on fire?
The concept is very nice.
Yeah.
I like the skull on top.
Mark, have I ever told you my my situation with horses on TV and movies?
No. I want to hear it.
Generally, if a show or a movie has like too many horses, which I'm gonna say the over under is about 4.5.
Oh wow! So you can't watch Braveheart then?
Not interested.
Okay.
Not interested.
All right.
I've seen it. Didn't really enjoy it. Couldn't tell you what it's about.
What if they were cybertronic horses?
I think I think there's a different thing happening there. I really do. But yeah, it's not the horses. It's not that I don't like horses. I love horses. But generally, if there's just like horses all the time in something, the horses in the piece are symptomatic of a show that I'm not going to enjoy.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I don't enjoy Westerns. Never have.
You don't?
No, I understand that they're classic movie making for the United States, but like I could give a shit. I don't care.
I don't know why I would have taken you as a Western man.
Not impressed.
Okay.
Is the genre or the species?
It's the genre.
Okay.
It's the genre.
Got it.
Yeah, it's usually in a genre that I'm like, fantasy. Not a huge fantasy guy.
Not a huge fan of fantasy.
Not a huge fan to see.
This piece of art is from Abros.
Oh, look at that.
Now floating down the red carpet, the Bobble Car. Seen here with color-changing light discs rotating around a hovering passenger bobble, inspired by Jodie Foster in Contact.
That's incredible.
This is like the latest Jurassic Park movie, but so much better.
Yeah, that's fucking fantastic. And 2.5 minutes, artists. 2.5 minutes. We have 2 of these pieces of art left. This one is from off-brand Carmela Soprano.
Oh, wow. It's Richard Scarry here.
That's really fun.
God damn it.
I like this. This is like in 2050, the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile doesn't exist because people don't eat hot dogs anymore. So there
Just
is
apples.
Just apples.
the Oscar Mayer Apple mobile.
Oh,
I like
And it looks like this one just drove right out of the charging station too.
Oh yeah, it was plugged in.
Yeah.
In 2050, I hope the cyborg they call Tim Cook will give me the Apple car I really want. Richard Scarry style.
Yes, it was Richard Scarry. It's beautiful.
He spells his name with 2 R's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
I'm just gonna leave that out there.
Squeak Watch.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's
Special
like an
edition
Avatar sequel.
Special edition Avatar James Cameron rollerblades.
Awesome. Are there rollerblades in Avatar?
Yeah,
But in 2050, it might be like the third movie in the trilogy.
Yeah.
That's how they get around, right?
Yeah.
He wins the Oscar for the 17th Avatar in 2050.
Yeah, starting in about 2043, if you don't exclusively wear footwear with feature footwear with wheels, then there's no chance you'll win an Oscar.
At all.
Not a chance.
Yeah. It's
And
like
30 seconds.
30
seconds
with those.
It's like horses before 1943.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't have a fucking horse in your movie, there's no way you're winning an award.
Out of here.
No challenge in making a movie without a horse in it. Fucking horses. Get out
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Art supplies down.
On my death podcast, we had a chef, and she was like, did I mention this last time? She was like, we should be eating more horse. And I was like,
I don't remember.
I'm listening. And she was like, it's so much good meat on a horse that we just incinerate when they die. Like, we might as well. Why wouldn't you? I mean, like, if you look at a horse, like, look at a horse's butt.
Oh, yeah. That's lean meat right there.
You're going to want to eat that.
Yeah. He's not lying.
Yeah.
Say the same about people.
Yeah, you could. Except I think you get a bunch of diseases and stuff if you eat like animals that are the same animal as you. Isn't that right?
It depends on if it's a purebred or not.
Now we're getting into some really weird shit.
Yeah. That's what the Smackdown's about, right?
Yeah. It's all about eugenics here on Art Smackdown. Thanks for bringing up purebred people.
Depends on the marinade is what I thought.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Good save, Artie. All right. So this is very exciting. Very, very exciting. I really think this is a fun expressive one. So let's
There's some really good ones coming in.
yeah. I guess do you have any from our competitors on the stream right now, Mark?
Do I? I have all three.
Oh, nice. Dealer's choice, Mark. Let's start with whoever you'd like to start with.
Let's go in reverse from the way we did it for the self-expressions. Let's start with Corey Luca.
Excellence. That's French for excellence. Hey Corey. So
I'm muted. Hi.
No, you're good.
There you are.
Good.
I did it.
Okay. All right. So walk us through what you've got. By the way, I have my notifications on my phone, and I get fart Smackdown emails, and it is so stressful every time a challenge ends because it's like.
Honestly, my biggest fear going into this was like, will I be able to get the email out in time? But whenever I just write on my phone, I just type in F, and the only email that comes up is Fart Smackdown. So
there's not a lot of F emails.
Yeah.
I defy you to even think of one. If you have an F email that you email regularly, put it in the chat. We'll all email that person. All right. So,
okay.
Corey, yes.
All right. So this is kind of based off a nightmare performance thing that I went through. So a little bit of backstory. I have a panic disorder. Like I get panic attacks like almost every time I ride the subway, but I live in New York and I'm like decided to stay here. So it's just my life.
What is that like?
Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's horrible. But
debilitating panic attacks?
Oh yeah, no, really bad one. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I went to exposure therapy, which is like the whole in like comedy shows that's like they put you in a tank of snakes and then you're not afraid of snakes. And that's not really what it's like. But
they just put you in a tank of subways?
My therapist was like, so we're going to do these series of challenges on the subway. And I was like, what the? Okay. And I'm a stand-up and I do stand-up about my panic attacks. And she's like, that's so brave. You know what we should do? You should do stand-up about your anxiety on the subway.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what are you doing with me?
Obviously, your therapist has never done stand-up.
What? Sorry?
I said, obviously, your therapist has never done stand-up.
Yeah, no. So the actual audience was mostly just people walking by me and doing nothing. But since this was our nightmare scenario, I put in angry, judgy teens because, Micah, you were saying that teens now sort of express themselves in that rouge, and they're free to be themselves, which I love, but they're still so mean. I was on the subway and there was like all of these 12-year-old boys with like dyed pink hair and like a trans flag on their backpack, and they were still just shitting on everybody. And so that's sort of what I had in there. And then I added a feminine bandana because you mentioned that, and I don't know if I've ever seen a feminine bandana before in my life.
Oh, Tupac almost exclusively wore them.
Well, so I am a dyke who's constantly trying to appear dykier to other dykes. So usually when I want to do that, I put on a bandana so I don't associate them. Yeah. And then there are some rats enjoying a giant pizza under the whole thing.
Amazing.
So.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I have a question. Yeah. Was your therapist with you while you were doing your challenge?
So yeah, so she's there. She's right next to me. So she was just watching me do this. And like to go in even more detail, like we had to get into the subway multiple times because they're like, there'd be one challenge where it's like walk 30 seconds this way or like whatever. So I had to be going in and out of the train, but I had an unlimited pass at the time. And so I had to wait. No, so what ended up happening is my therapist saw like cops on the other side of the turnstile, and she was like, hi, I'm a therapist. This is exposure therapy. Can you please let her through? And because we were both white, the cop was like, ooh, what is exposure therapy? And then my therapist basically starts explaining to this cop, like, if you were afraid of sharks, I would put you near a shark. and these are her sharks. So it was pretty wild. And but I actually have to say, for it being my nightmare scenario, it actually kind of really worked. So
good.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, but it was one of the weirder things I've ever done. And before this, she was like, so we have to get your heart rate up so that we can simulate anxiety. So just do some jumping jacks. Jumping jacks.
Let's make this worse.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So a couple things.
Wasn't bad enough.
Yeah.
So when I'm having a panic attack, the last people that I want to see are cops.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
And the only people, like, I feel like, Mark, you were like, anybody who says you should do stand-up has never done stand-up. You know who never encourages other people to do stand-up? Stand-ups.
Comedians, yeah.
They're never like, oh, it's great. You should come on. You should do it. We should do it together sometime. It's like a really fun thing. We could do it together, you know? We'll grow. We'll get over our...
They're friends doing bits together. Alone.
I've never understood that when people are like, yeah, I suffer from anxiety, so someone suggested I should do stand-up to get over it.
On the subway platform where you're the most afraid.
Yeah. This looks like a hellscape from...
It was a full hellscape, yeah.
Anthony, Artie, do you have questions here before we move on? We'll come back for critiques in just a little bit.
What's your therapist's name? I hate the subway.
I'll send you her information. She's really good. She was also like, by the way, you have ADHD too. And I was like, what? Okay.
What?
Can we circle back to that, please?
Yeah. There's a bird on the windowsill. Oh, I'm ADHD? Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's now go to Matt Colburn.
Yes. And dropping it in now.
Yeah, hey, so this isn't like an existing thing that was in my head, but this would be a bad time to be in. So I kind of imagine you just would wake up in this situation. This is me personally waking up here. I'm tied to a stake. It's beginning to be on fire. There's a comedy mic in front of me. There's these ghoulish things. I don't know if they want me to make them laugh or talk about, I don't know. I don't have hands or a forearm. I don't have genitals. There's a hole with wires coming out of it. And so that's all on a pizza. And if you'll notice in the foreground, it's also in front of my own grave, but with the year isn't clear. So it's this decade, but you don't know if it's right now or like in 2 years.
Oh man.
And then the mic also isn't even plugged in. So like that's another element that you would be stressing over. But I just feel like that. Like as a non-stand-up, that seems like it would be a bad time if that happened to a stand-up comedian.
I've had this exact dream multiple times in my life, to a T. The crust is even cooked to the same perfection. My grave was there on the other side of it.
Yep. Yeah.
This is well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those faceless poles. I mean, those poles with faces.
Yeah. The eyes or the poles. I don't know.
No pupils or noses. I mean, there's just
or genitalia.
Well, you don't know what's in the crust, though.
Yeah, a couple of you don't know what's in the crust. You never know what's in the crust. That's the thing about ordering pizza. You never know what has been in the crust. Two pieces of art about stand-up comedy. Really, really remarkable here. Questions before we move on to our third piece, Artie and Anthony?
Is the microphone supposed to be plugged into the genitalia?
Well, I mean, yeah, it goes out of frame, so it might be.
It's a solid question.
Yeah, it really depends on where the
it does look like that could be the outlet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Right. Yeah. But you can't get to it because you don't have hands anyway, and you're tied to a stick.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't hate it when that happens.
Yeah. We hate when it happens.
My friend Nick Vatterott, friend of the show, used to have a headshot where it was him screaming into a microphone.
Oh, I know that.
And the wire came out and into headphones that just went into his ear. So he's like screaming into. It's really
great.
a good piece of physical humor. All right, so let's check out our best artist in the world, Casey. Casey, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hello.
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 Oh, hi. Hello.
All right.
Casey, yours is up on the stream.
All right.
Boy, wow, there's a lot going on.
There's a few things going on here.
Oh.
So, as you can see, I am in a prop comedy duo with Micah, but his head is Danny DeVito's enormous, cross-eyed, freakish head. And I have no pants. I'm in my underwear. And you can see I'm checking my watch because I'm late for work. And all of the props are anglerfishes, and so is the audience. And the stage manager is Freddy Krueger, and he is not happy. And to top it all off, we have to act on top of a pizza, but they didn't even get it right. It's a pineapple and pepperoni pizza.
It's not even a proper Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, it's not even proper. They screwed that up.
What is a proper Hawaiian pizza?
Ham
and pineapple.
Ham and pineapple.
Yeah.
And done right, it is delicious. It's delightful.
And I did make sure and get that correct shade for the teeth.
Was it like a nice off Broadway white?
Yeah, just enough. I made the t-shirt white so it would be, have the contrast.
Yeah, beautiful.
Or the undershirt, I suppose.
Oh, look at these awful teeth. I'm from Hawaii. I lived there for 6 years and I never ate a Hawaiian pizza. Cause why would you put that on a pizza? Why would you put fruit on a pizza? What are we doing?
It works.
No,
I gotta be with Stetson on this. As an Italian, it works. It's surprising.
Yeah, it's not my first choice or my fifth choice of pizza when I order it. But if someone goes, I'm going to order a Hawaiian pizza, there's a part of my brain that goes, yeah, all right.
Anthony, you're not of the Chicago Giordano's, are you?
Yeah. We run the whole chain of those restaurants up there.
Really?
No, I wish.
Okay. Would you ever order a deep dish pizza with pineapples in it?
Now that's Chicago style. No, I would not.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, right? And why?
But
it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
And that's you're right. That does not work. But if, like Stetson said, if someone were to say, "I'm thinking of ordering a Hawaiian pizza," I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll have a slice of that.
Oh, I know, because it's pizza. But like, that's the last thing that should go on pizza. Like, listen.
I disagree with that. I'm from New York, and so I say, you want to give me that? I'm going to throw it in the garbage.
Well, Hawaiian pizza, you're throwing it in the garbage?
Hawaiian pizza, right in the garbage.
Yeah. No,
wow.
I'm kind of with you, man. Like, I mean, I'll eat it. I'll take the pineapples off and sop up the pineapple juice and eat the pizza.
I'll eat the pineapples, as dessert after I eat the pizza.
Right. And I'm not even really going to do that. Let's be honest. There's a lot in this world that's worse than hot pineapple, but there's not a lot there's just like a lot on either side of hot pineapple.
Listen, have you ever grilled pineapple before just by itself on a grill? It's delicious.
That's so unnecessary. You don't understand. The pineapple is already fine. You don't have to put it on a grill. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you put pineapple on a hot grill? Why would you do that?
I didn't start this trend. I just got on board when it was offered to me.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the emperor has new clothes. So let's take a look at all the art side by side.
All right.
Would you, Anthony? Would you eat a pineapple and pepperoni pizza?
That is maybe a different story. That's
no, it's not a different. It's the same story. It's the same story.
It is a very different story.
It's different.
Is it a different story or is it exactly the same story?
Does ham taste like pepperoni to you?
It does not.
Yes.
What?
No.
Come on.
It's not
It's
the
a
same
different
thing.
meat.
Excuse me.
And
Excuse
someone
me.
over here
Excuse
corrected us.
you.
It's Canadian bacon, which also is not the same as pepperoni. It's different.
You guys, look.
You're getting away from the fact that pineapple shouldn't be on a pizza.
I know we're getting away from the topic. I'm just saying, like, if you don't have a problem with ham and pineapple together on a pizza of all things.
I do have a problem with pepperoni and pineapple. It doesn't go together. You can't have two pizzas.
All right. Okay. Would you make a ham and cheese grilled sandwich? Yeah, a grilled ham and cheese.
Go on.
And stuff pineapple in there. Would you put pineapple puree into a grilled ham and cheese sandwich?
Oh,
no,
puree is different.
It's
Puree
no, it's not. It's the
It is
same
different.
thing.
It's different.
Oh my god. All right, so it's time for critiques now. Let's talk about what we see here.
All right, hold on a second.
I'm really.
I will say these are all beautiful works of art, you guys. Truly.
Lady on the Rock, remind me what a croque monsieur is. Flavor up the pineapple. What the fuck is anybody flavor up the pineapple? What are we doing in our lives? You don't need to flavor. Oh my god, you guys! You don't need to flavor up pineapple. Flavor is a standard option when in pineapples. It's not like, when was the last time you had a flavorless pineapple?
I love that you took the filter off to have this conversation.
Yeah.
When were you eating pineapple and you were like, you know what this needs? More flavor on this pineapple. This pineapple could really use a dipping sauce.
All I'm saying is you should just try it. I'm not forcing it, but you haven't tried this yet.
I have tried it, and I don't care for it. It's a purposeless pizza.
Croque monsieur and croque madames are delicious.
Yeah, carb free. It's grilled ham and cheese. It's grilled ham and cheese. Pepperoni is too spicy, and pineapple is too citric.
All right, we're getting off topic.
Fucking hell.
Huh? What?
Let's critique some art here.
Let's compare and contrast. And in the chat, let us know which piece wins and why.
Yeah.
It's really popular. Who cares if it's popular? You know, it was popular, the Iraq War. See where that got us?
That's a checkmate move, Micah. That's tough.
Don't give me that it's popular. You start fighting a never-ending war.
Like pineapple on pizza? I will die on that hill. Now I've gone just because it's a hill that someone needs to die on, I will die on that hill.
Well,
Mark, I'll be there with you.
Yes, Anthony. Fuck yeah. Me and Ant are gonna be out there.
You're gonna die of too much flavor.
Hey man. It'll be us and Guy Fieri. It's all about that flavor.
Look at that man's
the way
body.
I want to go.
Yes. That man has lived a life.
Yeah, he has lived a life.
All right.
All right, so let's compare and contrast here, fellas.
I will say, out of the gate, everyone's use of the pizza was well done and very different. I love all your interpretations, and they're all very fun.
Really nice pizza work, everybody.
Yeah.
I agree. I love the pizza work. I like the pizza rats on the subway as well. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah, for sure. It's really funny to me that everybody's nightmarescape was comedy.
Yeah.
Yet they've all agreed to be on a comedy game show.
This is difficult here because I love things about all of them. The anglerfish is really a nice touch. Yeah. Are we all afraid of that? Of being in like the dark ocean and that thing appears?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the boogers with teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what really gravitates me towards that piece is that Freddy Krueger is the stage manager. The specificity of that is really great.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger is calling the cues. That's what you don't want.
Squeakwatch really liked the realism of Matt's pizza. They say it's cinema quality. The use of color in each one, I think, is interesting too. Like one is black and white, right? And I get that for a nightmarescape, right? Like sometimes I dream in black and white. And one is completely in color. And I also have color dreams. Here's the one with the bandana, just the pop of red is really saying a lot. It's like in Schindler's List.
Oh.
Balloon. Yeah.
Yeah. Or balloon. Yes, it's like a balloon. It's like a balloon. I'm sorry. It's like a balloon. It's like a balloon. It's what I meant to say. But yeah, like I actually really do like that move, that art move. What is that? Technique of a pop of color to draw your attention.
Yes.
I always want to draw attention to bandanas in whatever form.
Yeah.
So, do you have an idea of where the chat has been voting? Just to give you a little peek into the chat's feelings about things. Casey has 40% of the votes. Corey has 40% of the votes, and Matt has 20% of the votes. So it's pretty close. So we have a tie right now from the audience.
Yeah, Frank and Babe, that's the quote that's going to get me canceled. That's the last you've heard of my career.
I really love on Matt's the expression on his face. That looks like everything that's going on here. The mic's not plugged in. I'm looking at my own grave. There are tree ghouls behind me, and he's like more afraid of doing stand-up. And I'm standing on a burning hot pizza with no.
And he's a eunuch, yeah.
But the stand-up is what looks like it's giving him the most anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm about to say something. I don't know what to say.
Matt is one of the more genital-centered artists that we've had on the show. It's a lot of very genital-centric pieces, and rightly so.
Yeah, it works.
And Matt, that's going to serve you well. I got to be honest with you.
So
what do
we think?
Here's something that I'll say about the concept of Corey's as well. She has on this bandana, which is intended to attract people, a certain type of person, and all it's attracted is rats with a full pizza. So that to me is like, like you got a big show and you're like, man, I'm gonna put on my nicest collared shirt and I might even iron it. And then you get to the show and it's just a cat shaving its belly, and you're like, God damn it. I shouldn't have ironed my shirt.
I'd pay a lot of money to watch a cat shave its own belly.
I mean, I would too, but like you're there to do the show. The cat is in the audience shaving its belly, and that's more interesting.
Yeah. So, fellas.
Yeah, we have got to make a decision here. So let's talk this out. Let's talk through it. That's a good start. Good start.
Yeah. And it's. I mean, it could just be a gut call. Just whichever one grabs you.
Right, but you guys are gonna. Oh, I got it. On the count of 3, you say the piece that you think has won, and we'll see if you guys are on the same page. You ready? Do you have it in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna point. Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1.
Pineapple pizza, anglerfish.
Yeah, and I say the absence of color, the no crotch, no mic plug-in.
Okay, so
Okay. All right.
all right.
I
So you
switched
guys.
last second. I was going to fail.
All right. So you have a top 2 now.
This was not easy. That was not even easy, though.
No, I know,
worth
and
noting.
it makes it makes Corey feel like absolute shit.
Oh,
So
garbage.
let's pull the Band-Aid off as quickly as possible, because we have 1 losing picture and then 2 potential winners. So
That's what I came here to do, though. So I'm so happy.
I won't be able to sleep tonight now, so just so you know.
Oh no!
No, please don't sleep at all. Never sleep. Come on, you're in New York.
It's a
Why
waste
would
of
you
time.
sleep?
You're right.
It's a city
Yeah,
that
I gotta
never
go
does
get
that.
a pineapple and ham pizza.
Yeah, just order a disgusting pizza tonight and sleep on it. All right, Artie, Anthony.
Him here.
Artie, do you want to fight for your piece?
I'm very torn here.
Yeah.
Between
why?
Because there's so many things I like about both of them.
Right.
And you know what? It seems like this is like a show that I'm going to go see. The first act.
Yes, I would go see both
comedy.
of the shows.
The second one is electronic penis man on fire. You know what? I'm gonna go with electronic penis man on fire because I just said the second.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. Well, we Anthony, do you agree with this, or do you want to change it up completely now?
I won't disagree with that. I would go see both of these shows. But I'll stay true to my word here. I think I'm going to stick with it.
Well, congratulations, Matt. You are once again the greatest artist in the world. We're excited to have you back next week. And Casey, always well fought. That made me laugh so hard. The concept of Freddy Krueger being your stage manager is
so funny,
ludicrous, and I appreciate it so much.
So good.
Corey, your piece was so autobiographical, and I can't believe your therapist has not been reported to the Better Business Bureau. Is that where therapists are reported? The Better Business Bureau?
I don't think so. I think therapists answer to a higher power.
Yeah.
The Best Business Bureau?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just, I don't think so, Tim'd me. I don't think so, Tim. But Corey, so fun having you on the show.
I had such a great time. I love it.
Please stick around and help us give us your expertise on the art that we are viewing from the audience now.
Yes.
And audience artists, remember, we are going to view, comment tonight, and then we're going to put the top 5 on our Instagram tomorrow. And that is Art Smack. Is our Instagram Fart Smackdown or Art Smackdown?
What? Oh,
what?
Instagram?
Yeah, it's on the.
Yeah, Art Smackdown.
Art Smackdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so this first one is from Squeak Watch. This is me at 32 years old, reading my high school diary to an audience only consisting of the people mentioned in it.
God.
Dan wasn't in social studies today. I asked Sarah H. to ask him to the semi-formal, but he said no, so I cried for 12 hours and made him a mixtape. No one will ever love me.
Oh, wow.
That's really sad.
Oh, man, that is great.
Woo!
I love that she's been journaling about this middle-aged bald man.
And is reading it at a
Ethan?
pizza memorial.
Yeah.
All right.
Tremendous.
That's incredible. All right. So that's one. Then we got Crowbot. Oh, shit. I just lost it. All right. Hold on.
And my screen has sneeze marks all over it.
There we go. And this one looks awesome.
Show it to us, man.
There we go. It looks so good. Oh, this one's for me. All right. Crowbot said, "This is the only live performing I do." Oh, and it's Art Smackdown.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a recreation of Art Smackdown. I'm really disappointed in you, Jake. That's you, Micah.
Oh. No, I'm not disappointed in you. Oh, there he is, down at the bottom.
That's all.
I love that we ended up making a joke about not showing this on stream, and there was a joke of me not showing it on stream already in the piece of art.
I gotta say, there have been a number of portraits of me done since we started doing Art Smackdown, and this is maybe the most attractive one.
It's pretty great. This one is from Chuberg.
Super cool.
And it's called Solve It, Stupid. Anytime I have to do the most basic math in front of people, I feel like an idiot. Here it's a nightmare game show to shame me.
That's great.
This is
awesome. No, his mom is on a oh man, it's gonna get eaten
walking
by a
the
shark.
plank. Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's intense.
I believe that's a sword.
We should make this a game in our show. If anybody knows how to get a live shark in a tank.
That is actually really fun. I do feel like it's like Billy on the Street level anxiety, right? Where you're like, you ask somebody to come up and then do basic math, and if they can do it like in a short enough period of time while you're yelling at them, they win a prize. Ooh. Oh.
So this is from Off-Brand Carmela Soprano. I wanted to be in musical theater growing up, but can't dance for shit, and I'm an alto with limited range. My nightmare would be one where I have to tap dance and sing songs that are out of my range while teenagers record it and post it to social media. Also, if the theater just happened to be haunted with ghosts, that would also just be the worst.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And look at that's another use of like limited color.
Yeah,
she's dancing all over that pizza.
On the pizza.
I can't tell if that one girl, if that one woman is laughing or crying, or laughing to the point of weeping. But the emotion is incredible.
Yeah, I feel like it's the latter.
I would frame this and hang this up in my apartment.
Yeah, for real.
Is the cell phone on the right? Does that say Olive?
I think it says live. But it might say Olive. I don't know if you want to check in.
That makes more sense.
It's the new TikTok. Olive just dropped.
Hold on, I'm going Olive.
This next one is from Frank and Babe. Performing art nightmare. The dream in my head is performing an eldritch horror terror monstrosity for people. It's the reality that is the nightmare. Working in soul-sucking day jobs, parentheses, in this case, food service. The nightmare exists on every single pizza I serve. It's metaphorical on the pizza, end of parentheses. And writing, building, painting performances in my head instead of actually doing them. I'd rather have an actual show nightmare happen than not get to do them at all.
Man, I feel this so much.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is great.
That's so good. I love the hair.
The hair.
The hair is intense. Next,
I would call that piece gig economy.
Big time. This next one is from Kara Sketches. My dance company had a tradition of performing senior solos for the annual recital, parentheses, with kids of all ages and their families. I didn't want to be like the other kids and do a sentimental dance, so I did an independent woman-themed solo to Britney Spears' Toxic. I'm never going to forget the moment I made eye contact with a dad and his small daughter in one of the front rows while I was slapping the ground, pointing at the audience, flipping my hair, etc. I bet I made that dude really uncomfortable.
The world needs more performances like this.
Absolutely.
I love the arms covering the children's eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good.
She is living her best life on that.
Yeah,
pole,
absolutely.
Too. So, just happy to be there.
This next one is from Gamer Kyle. I'm playing a show. My fingers tense up. I pee myself. I fail. Pizza guitar.
Love it.
Oof. Although that guitar looks awesome.
Yeah, that guitar looks awesome.
That one's simple and realistic enough that I'm curious if that's a memory or a future fear. You know, has that occurred or not yet?
Very good question.
Also, cool left-handed guitar playing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can tell this guy's likes to burn an axe. You know what I mean? You can tell this guy likes to shred the frets. You know?
Oh, I know this story. Okay, this is from Abros. At a Burning Man conference where I had proposed a 5-minute talk called Radical Transformation in Reactionary Times, they mistook my application and instead booked me for a 90-minute workshop under the same name. I got the news while I was traveling and managed to adapt the talk into a participatory brainstorm session. But by the time the day arrived, I was so jet-lagged I hadn't slept in 3 days. After an hour in traffic, I parked 4 blocks too far away and ran in 15 minutes late and totally out of breath. Luckily, a familiar face met me in the hallway and told me to take a moment. I walked in the back of a totally full room. I had been told to prepare for 20 people and nearly 50 showed up. There was a mix of annoyance and excitement in the crowd as I arrived. I had asked for an empty room for us to move in, but instead they had set up a single mic at the back of the room and everyone was in seats with notepaper. I got a sip of water and caught my breath, then looked for my notes and supplies for the lateral thinking exercise. Instead, I found a can of refried beans and a jar of googly eyes.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
My heart raced, and now cotton-mouthed with fear, I walked slowly down the eternal aisle to improvise a 90-minute workshop. It went okay, considering, but I felt manic, and it's all a blur. That night, I fell asleep crying over an apology email to the person who booked me. Luckily, I did not send. It was an actual nightmare, and I survived. I'll call it a win.
Oh, that is a win.
Oh my God.
Oh, I relate with that too hard. Too hard.
Did I hear that correct? That's a jar of googly eyes?
Yes. Refried
beans and googly eyes. Who got those signals crossed?
Yeah, and I can vouch this actually happened. I was not there, but I heard about it later that day.
I mean, that's got to give you at least an hour of that 90-minute session right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to work those googly eyes sparingly, though. I mean, an hour is a long time to just Google around.
We got to parse those out. Oh my goodness! All right, this is the last one.
Refried beans. What's happening? Also, I know Burning Man is in the desert. She ran 4 blocks in the desert. And
no, it was a conference. It was a Burning Man conference, so it wasn't at Burning Man, but it was like during the year conference.
Yeah, Abros, we got to know about these googly eyes and refried beans. Yeah. Tell us why, what, and that's not your fault.
Lastly, this is from Lady on the Rock. This first sentence is incredible. Not only was it problematic that my very white high school in Maine did a production of The Wiz, but
Get
my
outta here.
entrance as Adipur, I always pronounce this incorrectly, Adipurl, was with smoke machines that set off the alarm during a performance. The fire alarm was sounding and flashing during the whole scene. Finally, the director had to stop mid-scene and evacuate the theater. Then we had to start the scene over without the smoke, and I decided to create a sign that said, "Poof," and carried it out on stage with me. And of course, I brought everyone a pizza. And this piece, I added my red, in this piece, I added my red wine to the stage. Read into that as you wish.
There's a white The Wiz.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, there is.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
It's called Oklahoma, right?
I mean,
Although my all-white high school in Massachusetts did a production of Oklahoma, and even us just trying to do Southern accents of white people felt very offensive.
I'm certain it was.
It's horrible.
So here they all are. I'm just laying them all out so you can see all of them, all in all of their glory.
God bless all of you with these stories.
Truly.
They're beautiful. So, yeah, Corey, let's talk about your top three. What are you seeing here?
Okay, so there were a couple things that really hit me in the gut. The one of them is being an alto with limited range, because I feel you, man. That was me, like my entire like high school theater life. So I have to, and also that one is just amazing. Like the expressions of the people in the audience and the movement that you see in the dance is wonderful. So I love that. And then the other one that really hit me in the gut was when you have to do basic math in front of people. I promise I can do math. I just can't do it if you ask me to do it. And my my high school boyfriend like went to college and majored in math, and nothing made me feel stupider when I was like talking to him about stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is probably why I'm queer now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So those two really hit me. And then the one that you've named, gig economy, also really hit me. So I think those are my top three.
Nice. Yeah, Casey.
So top three, I'm definitely going to give it to the everybody taking pictures with their phones of the dancing. That's just a really, really good, just in general piece. Like that is something I could see on someone's wall, no doubt. So I really like that one. And Kara Sketches did a really good. That's a really good piece that with the dancing and everything. So I have to give it to that. And the third one, I have to go with the Elder Tour one. Just because the idea of having to imagine your actual life in another scenario while you're doing something really mundane, that speaks a lot to me. So,
which one was that?
The Elder Tour, the one on the bottom right, where they're holding the pizza, and then they're.
Nice, Matt. What are you seeing here?
I feel like I just want to point out that the Kyle P pants. I don't know if it's top three, but it's in there. So, that's emotive to me. I like the eldritch hair on the tentacles. The metaphor on that is cool. I like the art style. The pizza's really also good. I feel like that's sort of on Kara Sketches. I think that the pizza floor is very subtle, but it's like a really good looking pizza. And I have to say, look, really strongly, the number one is Off-Brand Carmelo Soprano. It's just like, it looks like a graphic novel or something, like the audience just looks like a art that I'm like, that's from something that I can't place, but it's just like, it's a good scene.
Jughead.
Yeah, like the expressions are good. It looks like it could be like a piece of contemporary art. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Nice. Well, Anthony, Artie, we have got our work cut out for us when we get off here to select a top 5. But as always, thank you all so much for tuning in and playing Art Smackdown. Such a blast. Congratulations, Casey. Thank you, Matt and Corey, for coming on. And Artie and Anthony are going to be back on with us on Thursday. And we will go over the top 5 and select a winner. So until then, are we? Oh, yeah. Casey, you wanna?
Yeah.
Should we rage you?
It's starting up right now. It's popping up.
Sweet.
Yeah. What are you guys enjoying? We're saying doodles like this, but we've got less people in the chat this week.
Should take a couple seconds, but it's it.
Yeah. Yeah, do you get? Well, I'll just keep saying doodles.
Yeah, just keep saying doodles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doodly
I'm gonna set up my cam. So doodly doo. I'm gonna set up my camera. Doodly doo.
Doodly doo, and how do you do?
And congrats, Matt. Yours was fucking great. So, and yours was cool.
Yeah, congratulations, Matt. I love it.
Thanks.
We are rating Schwartz and Mark now. Peace out, everyone.
Doodle-oo, everybody. Doodle-oo.